Hello, my phone has been buzzing for last couple of days with a lot of questions on JOSAA counseling. Should I prefer an IIT, an older NIT or a new IIT? Should I prefer a non-core branch over a core branch? What is the scope of CSE? Is mechanical and civil dead? There has been a lot of questions which has been asked to me, and who is made to question about all these things. So people who don't know me, my name is Ajmal. I'm a graduate from IIT Madras. I did my electrical engineering dual degree from IIT Madras. Then I worked in Intel for a long time. Right now I'm the CEO and founder of X and Y Learning, which is an edtech platform based out of in Kerala. Okay, so I've been creating a lot of content in Malayalam. Now I thought this is a very relevant content in English also, because a lot of people will be seeking this. So if you are looking for JOSAA counseling advices, please do watch this video completely to get all your questions answered, and you can ask me your doubts in the end. So what I will discuss in this video, what are the future opportunities that an IIT or NIT graduates have? Is this just a core technical job, or is there something else, and how do you prepare for that? Now, while considering JOSAA counseling options, how do you choose versus a college or a course? Do you prefer college or a course, and in what scenario you should prefer a college, and in what scenario you should prefer a course, and which branch to choose and how to choose? There are multitude of branches in IITs and NITs, and how to choose them. There are options of BTech as well as dual degree. Is it worth doing a 5-year program, and in what scenarios you should opt a dual degree? And you have an option to go to a new IIT or an old NIT, and how should you choose that? So I am going to answer each and every one of these questions, and I will try to give a framework to you on how to act in these situations. So do follow this content, do subscribe to my channel if you're watching this for the first time. Okay, so some basic things to do even before you asking advice to anyone else. Even if it's an IITian, NITian, alumnus, a counselor, you should do these basic 3 things. The first thing is, what are the courses you are checking for? Check the curriculum of those intended courses. I'm definitely sure that someone who has qualified JEE Mains or Advanced, they can definitely go through the curriculum and understand if that really interests you. Okay, so this curriculum might be different for different institutes. For example, like computational mechanics in IIT Madras might be different from computational mechanics from IIT Delhi. So curriculum will differ. So look through curriculum of each institute. Spend some time researching on this. Okay, so this will give you a better idea on whether this course will be suited to your strength. Okay, so this is a very must thing you should do. And what are your future plans? By means, there are different options that you have. You can have a core job, technical job. You can have a non-core business consulting job. You might be looking for civil service. You might be looking for going for a study, foreign studies abroad, right? You might be looking for a PhD. You might be looking to settle abroad. You might be looking for becoming an entrepreneur. There are multiple options. So as a 17-year, 18-year-old, these options may not be very clear to you, but still try to make a preference list. This is my first priority. This is my second priority. And based on that, you can actually choose the college or course. I'll tell you how to do that. Okay, now do you have hands-on experience on your desired branch? So what do I mean by this? So for example, if you ask most of the engineering aspirants, most of them prefer CSE, computer science engineering. Why? Do they have any hands-on experience on CSE? No, because they are assuming that they will get a better package at the end of 4-year program, right? So, but my question is not that. My question is that, do you have a hands-on experience on any of this? Do you have some programming experience? If you are preferring electronics, do you have some DIY experience in electronics, or have you read through some of it? Have you explored through what it is there? What are the opportunities ahead for each branch? Please do some research on this part. So these 3 questions are some basic things that you should decide on yourself, or you should do yourself before approaching anyone else. Now, the basic question is, a lot depends on what is your future plan. Okay, so for example, if you are doing for a core tech job, so for a core tech job, you have your branch preference matters a lot. Suppose you are very adamant that I want to do something on electrical engineering, and you might not get electrical engineering in IIT Madras, but you will get it in maybe IIT Hyderabad. Then you should go for IIT Hyderabad electrical engineering. So that's why I asked this question, the third question: do you have a hands-on experience on a desired branch? Then only you can decide on whether I am really suited for this core tech job or not. So if you are into core tech job, definitely branch preference matters, and industry connect of that institution matters, and even institute labs matters. campus. So all these industry connect or institute labs, if you go to the specified department website of that specific IIT or NIT, you will get this information. So try to assess those informations. And again, one disclaimer please, I'm not trying to give you a black and white option to you, rather I'm trying to help you on this process. Okay, now the second one, if you are into a software IT job, who knows what happens to software IT jobs after 4 years of BTech, since AI is already exploding in the area, and even companies like Oracle, Meta, etc. are firing people, but still I have kept this as an option. Okay, so in that case, your branch doesn't matter, your college matters. The college or the institution with better placement statistics, the older institutes will make sense in such a case. Okay, and you have to upskill yourself. No one is going to tell you go and study computer science. You have to go and study yourself. You go and study AI, right? You have to build yourself. So for people who prefer to do a computer science or AI, right? There are a lot of people who are really skilled in that, but maybe due to their J rank, they won't get that. For such cases, if they want to go to such a job, what I suggest is that you prefer the best IITs, so that you will get a good environment and good peer group and good companies coming for placement. And then you upskill yourself using the opportunities there and get a job there end of the 4 years. It's not a big deal if you do the right work. Okay, the third thing, if you want to go for higher studies. Now, higher studies can be two parts. Either you can go on a specific branch. If you're going for a specific branch, then definitely choose that branch. Right now, if you're not going for a specific branch, you're like, see, I don't know what I'm really good at, but I'm open to anything. But my idea is that I should go for an MS in US or in Middle East or in Europe. I should go for a PhD. That's my future plan, and I might settle my life there. I want to work for good research institutes. I want to become an academician, right? If this is your goal and you're not really preferring the branches, then what matters is that your institute preference and reputation, because when you go abroad, definitely they will be looking at the recommendation of your professors and the reputation of your institution, right? So better the reputation of the institution, better the chances that you have. But of course, it's not just depend on the reputation of the institution, it also depends on the research work or projects that you do at the institute. So definitely consider the labs that you have at the institution and so on, right? So but you can go for any branch basically, right? So when you come to India, the job market here is very much inclined to the circular branches like computer science, electrical, electronics. But when you go abroad, definitely there are a lot of opportunities happening on a lot of fields. So you might not get a job in biomedical engineering in India, but you'll get a lot of research options in biomedical engineering outside India. So definitely don't worry about branch. Choose whatever is right for you, and prefer to which institute that you can go. So definitely go through the curriculum and understand, maybe zero in on 3 or 4 branches that you can choose, and from that in which institute you will get the best branch, just choose that. Okay, now suppose you are going for an MBA or consulting or finance. So what you should do? So you should give an institute preference. So why institute preference? So for CAT exam, you're not like ultimately they're not looking at your institute, but at least you'll get a good peer group and a good focused peer group. So your focus should be on that, right? Or consulting, finance, the companies that come to IIT Madras and IIT Mandi will differ. So suppose BCG might come to IIT Madras, maybe not to IIT Mandi. I don't know for a fact, but I'm just assuming, or I'm just giving you an example, right? So IIT Jammu might not have McKinsey coming to them, but IIT Hyderabad will have, right? So institute preference, you will get more opportunities into consulting, finance, etc. Now entrepreneurship, definitely there are certain IITs like IIT Delhi or IIT Madras which creates a lot of entrepreneurs. So definitely institute matters, because the peer group that you are into actually influence your load, and the city exposure also matters in my opinion, right? For example, the startup ecosystem at Delhi or Madras or Bombay might be different from Mandi or Jammu or Patna, right? So the kind of city exposure that you have also might factor a little bit. I'm not saying that this is the must-have thing, but it might factor a little bit is what I am looking at. Okay, now if it's civil service, definitely Delhi is the hub, and I've seen Delhi or Kanpur or Madras has actually, these IITs have actually produced a lot of civil servants, because again the peer group matters. So these are some factors to consider. I'm not saying this is the thing that you should consider for sure, but these are some factors to consider, right? So have a future plan, right? Just try to rank where you might go, what's your life preference. There are chances that you might not end up in the same place, because I have friends who wanted to go to non-core domain but ended up doing a PhD and becoming a professor from my batch, right? And similarly, people who wanted to go to core tech job but ended up doing an MBA and working for big finance companies or consulting firms. So these all things happen. Life will change a lot. So how can I zero in on a career or branch at an age of 17? It's very difficult. I know, I understand, but I am here to just trying to help you with some frameworks or guidelines. So if you are really not sure about what career or course to choose, then choose branches that you can explore more, and this is very important. So why did I say so? Because in the branches I can classify into 3 types. This is my own classification. One is definitely core branches. So for example, electrical engineering. If you do electrical engineering, you have an option to go to different branches. You can go to microelectronics, VLSI design, power electronics, control engineering, instrumentation. There are various things that you can do. Even you can go to aerospace, avionics, biomedical engineering, biomedical systems design, right? A lot of things will open up for you. Definitely CSE again, it will open a lot of doors for you. You can go for cyber security, artificial intelligence, data science, and so on and so on. Mechanical engineering, production engineering, industrial engineering, computational mechanics, you will get to explore a lot of fields. Civil engineering, geo engineering, structural engineering, hydro engineering, right? There are different branches to it. So once you go to core branches, you will have a lot of options in front of you, right? And those lot of options will open up other options for you. But in general, if you want to stay in India, electrical and CSE are the safest bet. But if you want to go abroad, definitely, and even chemical is having a lot of opportunities nowadays, especially with sustainability goals, as well as electrical vehicles moving a lot forward. But electrical, CSE, mechanical, civil, chemical all have their own opportunities. Definitely in India, in terms of jobs, the circuit branches dominates a lot. So there is no doubt about that, right? Now, there are certain branches which are very close to the core. If you don't get the core, but if you still want to go to core technical domain, then these are the options that you can choose. For example, engineering physics. A lot of people have a lot of doubts on engineering physics. Engineering physics is a blend of physics and electrical engineering. So if you come to IIT Madras and do engineering physics, you will have courses from both physics department as well as electrical engineering departments. So you can definitely go to fields that are related to electrical engineering for your higher studies or even jobs. There are a lot of opportunities here. Now, math and computing is a similar field, very basic fundamental fields, right? But kind of non-traditional too. Computational mechanics is emerging now, right? I think it's there in IIT Delhi, now in IIT Madras also. A&DS very close to computer science engineering. Engineering design, this is a very specific branch at IIT Madras where they have automobile engineering, biomedical systems engineering, right? And this is the branch which is very closely related to automobile engineering or even electronics or electrical engineering, right? Material sciences is in a league of its own, right? It's a very, it's not a very popular branch in India, but in a way it will open a lot of opportunities if you are again trying to go abroad, right? So these are very close to core branches, I would call. These are my classification. This is not taken from anywhere else, but this is my way of classifying things so that you can understand it better. So if you want to core jobs, if you want to, like, if you don't know what you're really into and if you want to explore more, maybe this is the 1 and 2 is the set that you want to explore into. And these are some specialized branches: aerospace engineering, naval architecture, metallurgy, ocean engineering, petroleum, and so on. I have just listed a few. Now, to go to this, suppose there are a lot of people who are actually passionate in aerospace engineering, you can go to that, right? You have to understand whether you are passionate or not. Now, suppose you have an option, say, like your future plan is to go to a non-core domain, you're going for consulting or an MBA or a finance, then you can choose any one of them. That's what I told in the earlier slide. You can choose any one of them and you can give preference to the institution that you are going into, right? So even if you can choose naval architecture, it doesn't matter, right? If you want to go for an MBA or if you want to go for a technical, non-technical domain, right? So you can choose any of them. But if you have to weigh your options, like I might end up doing a core job, then these 2 columns are the things that you might look at. Okay, so I hope things are clear on branch classifications. Do give me your questions if you have any. Now, BTech or dual degree. These are very basic questions people have. Generally, people prefer BTech. Definitely, the lower closing ranks are there for BTech because it's only 4 years. Now, if you are into higher studies in India, if you might end up doing higher studies in India, then dual degree is better. Definitely, you'll get a degree in 1 more year, right? If you are going for higher studies outside, definitely BTech is better because why waste a year here while you can go outside and do your masters there? If you are going to MBA or civil service or a non-core job, BTech is better, because again, why spend 1 year more, right? But if you are into core technical domain, might be dual degree will give you an ace in such interviews. For example, I did electrical engineering BTech and microelectronics and VLSI design MTech as a dual degree program. Now, when Intel came into placements into IIT Madras, I graduated in 2015. The placements happened in 2014. Now, what happened was they chose dual degree people over BTech people, because even when I have interviewed a lot of people, I have always preferred people with more deep technical domain expertise. Doesn't mean that BTech doesn't give you domain expertise, but MTech definitely gives an edge in such scenarios where there are fields like VLSI design or IC design where you need very deep expertise, right? So in such cases, choose a dual degree program. Now, myself did a dual degree program. Even if you preferred a BTech, but if you don't get it, don't be disappointed, right? That 1 year will be a very good year in your life. So generally for a dual degree program, in the final year, you will have just a project or maybe 1 or 2 courses. This is the time for you to enjoy, the time you can actually prepare for your placements and actually enjoy the campus that you lived in. You will definitely say after the end of 4 years, oh, the time has the time has gone rather very quickly. I would love to spend 1 more year in this campus. That's what I felt after my 4 years in IIT Madras. I was very thankful to God that I got that extra year in IIT Madras. So don't rush to work, even though we are all aspire to actually graduate and work, but enjoy your college, right? Now, the college preference. So I have classified the colleges into 3, right? So your questions like Old NIT or new IIT, I'll try to answer here. These are the tier 1 colleges. Generally, Gorakhpur, Bombay, Madras, Kanpur, Delhi and Roorkee and Guwahati, these 7 are considered the tier 1 IITs, but I am adding 2 of them to the list, IIT Hyderabad and IIT BHU. Banaras Hindu University, which has turned into an IIT, has a tremendous years of experience, plus IIT Hyderabad is catching up very well with other IITs. So these are the tier 1 IITs in my opinion, right? In tier 2, Gandhinagar, Ropar, by the way, this is not a list in terms of ranking or something. This is just a list. Gandhinagar, Ropar, Patna, Bhubaneswar, Jodhpur, Indore, Mandi and ISM Dhanbad. Again, I am putting it in tier 2 because it's mostly related to mining. Okay, but in the tier 2, I am just putting NIT Trichy, NIT Warangal, NIT Calicut, NIT Surathkal, NIT Roorkela, the top 5 NITs also. So I believe these are on par with the tier 2 IITs. This is my personal perspective. Now the tier 3 IIT Palakkad, Tirupati, Bhilai, Goa, Jammu and Dharwad. So if you are given an option to choose between these tier 2 NITs and tier 3 IITs, I will definitely choose tier 2 NITs because these institutions have a long heritage, a long experience of placements, a big alumni network. So this is something that you have to always think of. The alumni network, the part of the institution that you're going to be part of, the alumni network, that really matters to get internship, to get projects, to get connected with people, to get placements, to get higher research opportunities. This alumni network matters because alumni is the bridge that you have to the global world, right? So I will prefer a tier 2 NIT. Now between these two, it's your choice, right? What do you prefer? You can look at the branches, you can look at the faculties there. So do a thorough research and take a decision. So whatever opinion you take, you don't have to regret on that decisions, right? This is something that I have to very categorically state to all of you. No need to regret on any decisions you make. All path leads to good options. There are multiple options that you will have once you enter an IIT and NIT, but the rest depends on your hard work. How do you work? How do you spend these 4 or 5 years? This is what really matters. So ask your doubts in comments. If you have any questions, do ask your doubts in comments and be specific with details. When you ask questions, maybe specify your rank, specify your future options. I have told, specify what are the future options you are looking at, right? Speak out your mind so that I can answer them better. Okay, so I'll try to, because you guys are the ones who qualified JEE and you have a lot of questions, I'll try to go through those questions and I'll try to answer from my perspective. Remember, my expertise is there on education. I have worked in industry for around 10 years and I am a graduate of IIT Madras. So I have some kind of experience guiding a lot of students. I've been running a YouTube channel, Unlearn with Ajmal, in Malayalam with more than 1 lakh subscribers, and I've been guiding a lot of students. So I have some kind of experience, but the views I put forward is my personal views, my perspective, and it's not necessary that you accept my views, right? But I can help you with my views, that's all. So again, thanks for watching this video. If you really like this video, please do leave a comment so that I can feel happy. I don't do content in English very often. Maybe your comment will be a motivation for me to do content if this is really helpful. Okay, if there are no comments, I'll assume that this is not really helpful. Kidding, but I hope this will be helpful for you, and I hope you will end up in a good IIT or NIT, and I hope you end up actually working very hard for these 4 or 5 years and becoming a better citizen, becoming a better technical person, becoming a better leader. So there are a lot of opportunities around you in IITs and NITs and IIITs. Do make use of those opportunities. Don't sit idle, but be active. Do use your vacations. Do you use your free time and become an excellent person. Okay, wishing you all the best. A very good bye, and do subscribe to the channel if you like this channel. Thank you.